From two teams that balled out on the offensive side of the ball to another team that balled out on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball on Monday. The Bills beating the Titans, crushing them 41-7.
Yep.
You've already said this is the best game of Tua's career. Might be the best game of Lamar's career. Where does this game rank in Josh Allen's career?
Well, he's had a lot of good ones.
He has.
So I'm not going to say it's the best, but you know, my thought of after watching the game live and then watching on film did not change a lot. I know we did our podcast Monday, so we didn't get to react to this like because being a Monday night football game. But, you know, he has gotten to a point where it's cheat code time. It's insane. It's cheat code time. It's like what I felt about Aaron Rodgers in 2010, 11, 12, 13. Just going, you know, if you're not a great defense, you can't stop this guy. You can't because he makes all the right decisions mentally, right? He sees the field so incredibly well. And then as we always discuss, when you do play the perfect defense, he's just like, oh, okay, there's nothing open. I'll buy a little more time, and something will come open here eventually 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds later, and then he makes it happen that way. And so that's where it's gotten just unbelievably scary. The way he sees the field, the decision-making, the pinpoint accuracy and high degree difficulty of throws, it's insanity. And I do think that he's again, this is why I think he's the best quarterback in the game right now.
Obviously, it's easy to see those long touchdown passes to Diggs, but something that caught your eye
take me there,
was how quickly he got the ball to some of his receivers and gave him a chance to work.
No doubt. That's the other thing that's impressive about him, like we just talked about with Tua. You know, first off, like they do the RPO game too, run the ball. If you just run the ball, and then put Stephon Diggs on a 5-yard out route. If you play off, he kind of just puts it out there like the run, and then he can just flick it out there so quick to like an Aaron Rodgers type of level. And then, of course, his arm's so strong that the ball is like, holy crap, you can barely see it on film. So he's amazing that way. And that stresses you out too, because now you're we're trying to stop the run and worry about that, and we don't want to live up the big play, but he loves throwing out routes. He's not scared to throw out routes. Out routes are a forgotten art form in the NFL, and they're not afraid to. And of course, that stops you from playing a lot of off coverage because you just go, well, 5-yard out, 10-yard out. Holy cow, we can't play off forever. We got to do something else. And that's where he is, no question, really, really good. That was a definitely interesting thing about the game, that little part of it.
And then he can still beat you deep, as you saw against the Titans with Diggs deep, the play that's all over social media. You liked it, though, and taking a closer look at it for a different reason.
Yes.
You don't think all quarterbacks necessarily would have stayed on Diggs there.
Well, it was a little bit like the Tua post to Tyreek, right? This is an en vogue thing in the NFL right now because of the crosser thing, once again, I'm trying to tell you about. Teams are crossers followed by another in-cut or another crosser. Or it might be a shallow crosser with a deep crosser and an in-cut. And you just go, like, damn, we need to get people in the middle of the field here to stop this because there's just so many windows that a quarterback can hit one of those crossers in, right? So you play the single safety defense to make it look like, hey, the post route won't be there. You can't throw a post route. And so the quarterback said hut. He goes, I don't think I have the post route. But then the safety is looking for crossers. And on this one, Byard, Kevin Byard, he takes the crosser underneath. They call it cutting the crossers in my world or football world. And, his ability to just stay with that and see it happen down the field and then let Diggs work, realizing that, hey, wait, this isn't really a 3-deep zone here. This guy's kind of cheating me and staying with it and putting the ball on the money. And Diggs looks as good as he's looked, really ever in his career.
Talk about a offense that's clicking on all cylinders because obviously Allen and Diggs, they're running just enough to keep you honest.
That's
you think.
right.
So what are they doing with their formations, their mixing of personnel that could potentially be making it hard on defenses?
Yeah, I think they have a little experience with the Tennessee Titans. I think they have experience probably with that defense, similarities with New England and all of that. This was very interesting to me about the football game. Because McKenzie was healthy. Jamison Crowder are healthy. I know they had no Gabe Davis, right? And they're a team that generally likes to live in the 11 personnel world, 1 tight end, 1 running back, 3 wide receivers. But they played and I don't know if we ever got to the numbers on this, Pete. Maybe you can look it up real quick. If not, it's not a big deal because I'm just going with I know this. They were playing 2 tight ends, 2 backs. 2 tight ends, 1 back, right? And playing personnel sets to where you go, oh, they look like they're going to play smash mouth football and do that. And then so I sit there and go that and I go, okay, so why are they doing this? There's a reason they're doing this, and you sit there to watch and you start to realize, oh, okay, here's what they're doing. You think, oh, maybe they want to keep the linebacker on the field and keep them in base defense, right? The Titans didn't do that. They were like, well, you still got Josh Allen. We're still scared of the pass to a degree, so they had nickel still in those situations. But what I do think it did is it simplifies their coverages. See, where Tennessee gets dangerous is when they get you in 2nd and long or 3rd down, obvious passing situations. They play coverages where, you've heard me describe this in the past. I don't know what the this coverage is. It's just everybody seems to be dropping right in the right area because they've broken you down, and they got this guy dropping here and this guy dropping there, and this guy's covering man-to-man, but they're playing zone over here. And that's where Vrabel and Shane Bowen are very creative on that side of the ball. I think with those personnel sets, it simplifies you. Because, again, what happens is a lot of times when you get into those personnel sets, teams do worry about, well, damn, if they put 2 tight ends over here on this side of the ball and all of that, or shift to a formation, I don't want to be outnumbered in the run game or leave a gap or 2 unaccounted for because we got some guy that's, looks like he's covering this guy and then going to turn his back and run to some other area and drop in the zone. So I think that's what it did to them. It took away all the crazy disguises and confusion to where it kind of got vanilla for a guy like Josh Allen. And now he's just going, okay, I got it covered 3. Oh, okay, 2-man. Oh, all right, blah, blah, blah. And he just slowly picked it apart. I would think that's the reason they did that.
So a lot of the problems for the Tennessee Titans were created by the Buffalo Bills. And did you think they were bigger out there? Is that what was in your notes at the end of your notes?
Well, they're just bigger in general. The Bills. The D-line has real size to hold up against people like the Titans now.
On both sides of the ball.
On both sides of the ball. The O-line, I don't sit here and go, oh, this O-line's just a road grading crew, but it's good enough and well coached enough and big enough now to where I've seen games against teams like Titans in the past, or Jeffrey Simmons and Bud Dupree and some of these guys, they push people back into Josh Allen's face all game long.
Yeah.
And it make it hard on them. And we don't really care sometimes because we're like, oh, it's Josh Allen. He'll just throw and have people hanging on him and he'll set off his back foot. But it messes the quarterback up and throws him out of rhythm. I haven't seen that happen too much here through the first 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.